Welcome to Body Sculpt of New York, 6 Weeks to Fitness podcast, where we hope to inform, motivate, encourage, and inspire you towards living a healthier lifestyle. And now, here's your host, the president of Body Sculpt of New York, Vince Ferguson.
Hi, I'm Vince Ferguson. Welcome to 6 Weeks to Fitness, episode 206. Thank you so much for joining me today. After obtaining a degree in exercise science and working as a personal trainer, Michael Roller spent years absorbing information from bodybuilders, fitness enthusiasts, athletes, doctors, and people who were just trying to live healthier lives. He realized that the supplements that most of them were using were constantly cycling as they looked for something that worked consistently. So he set out to make the coolest supplement company with the best products, with clinically researched ingredients at the right dosages that would actually work. But not only work, but taste good. And joining me today on my 6 Weeks of Fitness podcast to discuss his wellness supplement brand, Mixups, is the CEO of Mixups, Michael Roller. Michael, how are you today?
I'm doing great. Thank you, Vince. I appreciate being invited to the show. It's exciting to sit here and talk with you.
Oh man, thank you for coming on. I appreciate it. I look forward to talking about your company. But before we discuss Mixups, tell my audience, who is Michael Roller? Where did you grow up and what was your childhood like?
No, that's a great question. So I grew up in Utah, in a little town called Draper. It's not little anymore. It's actually gone quite a bit over the years. But I grew up there. My family and I, kind of moved around a little bit in and out of Sandy Draper area 4 or 5 times. And as my dad kind of, upgraded our house from one to the other as his business progressed and he grew. I grew up doing a lot of different things that most kids do, out here. We ran around in the woods, played in what we used to call the gully. It was kind of a waterway in between, 2 neighborhoods, and we played around a lot in there and got into martial arts. That became a lifelong passion for me, and health and wellness. And then that's basically what I was like growing up. So
yeah, but that's cool. I heard you say martial artist. So you're into the martial arts.
No. I am. Yeah. I'm a self-described junkie. I cannot help myself enough to any kind of style.
Nice, man. That's awesome. But when did you really become interested in health and wellness?
That's a great question. So I started getting interested in health and wellness when I was about 11 years old. And it was actually through exposure in the Boy Scouts of America program. So the first badge that you earn, the tenderfoot badge, has like a physical fitness requirement where you have to run like a basic calisthenics training program for about 3 weeks, and you have to record your results. And that was my first introduction to like a structured exercise program. And something inside of me clicked when I started doing that, and I just fell in love with it.
Really? Are you, I would imagine you are a black belt in martial arts?
That's a great question. So I actually jumped styles quite a bit, depending on as schools opened and closed in the area that I lived in. So I haven't actually completed a black belt in many styles, but I've gotten close in several of them. And I've studied up to this point about 19 of them.
Really? Mm-hmm. All of that is all about health and wellness, all right? Being a martial artist, being healthy, being fit, all that good stuff. And I understand you have a degree in exercise science, right? Mm-hmm. And you are a former personal trainer.
Yes.
Correct?
That's correct.
We have that in common. But who are your ideal clients as a trainer?
No, that's a good question too. So I actually I love a challenge. And so at any of the gyms that I worked at, I ended up getting to work with a lot of clients that a lot of other trainers would shy away from, people that had pre-existing health conditions or were recovering from severe injuries, that kind of stuff. And I loved working with them to help them find a pathway back to health and wellness that would work, within the parameters that they found themselves in at the time.
Wow. So other trainers would shy away from those who really needed their help, but you gravitated towards the challenge. And let me help this person. Because that person needs help, regardless of who you are. You need help, right? I mean, that's the whole idea. If you're a trainer, man, you can't discriminate because that person don't need you as much as the other. If this person needs you more than the other, you know what I'm saying?
No, absolutely.
Oh, good for you. Now, let's talk about your company, Mixups. Right? What inspired you to create that company?
That's a good question. So I've been interested in health supplements for a long time. Since I'm much younger than most of my peers. I got into it when I was about 13, 14 years old. And I had the advantage, I guess, of being exposed to it through my older brother, who was a chiropractor by training. And he introduced me to this world of things that weren't pharmaceutical drugs. And I started digging into a lot of this stuff, fell in love with the science of it, and have been studying it for a lot of years. It's just kind of been building up inside of me, this wealth of knowledge and information about different ingredients and how they work, and then testing things on my own self and seeing how that impacted me. And then as I got to be older, I got married and had kids, life kind of slowed down. I got busy with work. I stopped being as involved, I guess, as you might say.
Yeah.
And so Mixups actually came about through this process of, I really want to get back into it. I want to get back into taking care of my body. I want to get back into feeding it the right stuff. And how can I jumpstart that now as a much older person, where I don't have the benefits of being 16, 18 years old, and I can't train, twice a day and get away with running, without injuring myself. I have to really approach this from a more careful perspective.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I understand you have what, 5 kids?
That's correct. Yeah, 5 kids.
You've been very busy, Michael.
We have been very busy.
Yes, we've been very busy, and I would imagine quite healthy. So whatever you're doing is working.
No, that's good. Yeah, I'm trying.
What would you say your company's mission is?
I think there's 2 legs to the mission for Mixups. One of them is we really, really want to encourage people to get hydrated. As if you look at a lot of statistical data, most people, anywhere from 50 to 75% of Americans are just chronically dehydrated. And we want to improve that in the world, because when you get hydrated, a lot of the problems that people deal with on a regular basis go away. Just from having the proper amount of liquid in your body. You get enough water in there and things start to resolve. And then the other thing is that we really have this mission that is to create the best possible supplement for whatever it is that we're going to be doing. So if we want to make an energy product, we want to make the best possible energy product using the best ingredients at the right dosages, for people to get the benefit that they're actually paying for. And between those 2 legs, that's the foundation that, our company mission stands on.
Love it. But can you tell me a little more about the science behind it? Because I understand you guys, your products are made in what's called the NSF certified facility, which I'm not really sure what that is. What does that mean in regards to supplements, for people like layman, people like myself?
Oh, sure. Yeah. So when you talk about a manufacturing facility, right, there are varying grades of the quality at which that facility operates, right? And so for us, it was really important that we pick a manufacturing partner that was operating at the highest possible standard. And so NSF is a certifying body. It's the National Sanitation Foundation, and they have a certification program that is very rigorous. They go through every possible thing in that facility you can imagine. I mean, they're looking at the ceilings, at the corners, they're looking at the outside of the building, they're looking at, what are the habits that people have going from into the building to out of the building, and they're making sure that at every single step in the process, everybody is meeting the highest quality, the highest standard of quality that you can possibly get to. And so when we picked our manufacturing partner, it was really important that we meet that standard. And our manufacturing partner is unique in the sense that, yes, they are NSF certified. It is an SQF certified facility, but they want to strive to go above and beyond that. And that was what was really inspiring to me, was this idea that they want to not only produce products, but do them in the highest possible quality, that you can get on earth, right? That's their ultimate goal.
Nice.
So for the layperson, NSF certified just basically means that our facility is operating at the highest possible standard of quality.
And your products, have they had clinical trials?
So our individual mixtures, no. And the reason for that is just that we're so new into the game. It is something that we're looking into. But what we did kind of, in the terms of formulating this, is that we actually said, let's only use clinically studied ingredients. Right. So we've picked ingredients that have clinical studies behind them that have been shown to be effective for whatever it is that we're trying to, whatever benefit we're trying to give people. And then we use the dosages that were used in those clinical studies.
So your products are definitely safe
for
use and effective, I would say, as well. Correct?
That's correct. Yep.
Well, who would you say your products were created for? I mean, for bodybuilders, mom and pop, who were your products created for? Just what did you have in mind when you made your products?
So when we started this journey, it very much was a kind of, we had a problem within ourselves. And then in discussing with other people, we found, hey, other people are sharing this issue. For me, with the Ganbaru Energy, this is where our journey started. It was, I'm feeling exhausted all the time. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm not I don't have that kind of pep in my step that I used to have when I was younger. How can I get that back? And as we started digging into it, we realized, oh man, there's a ton of people that are dealing with this. How can I create a product that would help answer this question? And so it became a question of, how do I address mom and dad's issues? How do I address the kids' issues? Because we had kids that were dealing with constipation and we wanted to help them resolve that as well. And then we found, oh, hey, I've got a lot of adult friends that are dealing with this as well. Can I make a product that would help both of them? And so we really created these products to be used by, everyday people. I mean, it's not going to be, your hardcore, ammonia sniffing gym bro type personality that's going to take this product and feel like this is the greatest thing on earth. It's really going to be a benefit for the person that's out there, what we call like the everyday athlete, right? The person that's out there jumping through the hoops, doing all the obstacles that it takes to live life, today.
Very good. So let's talk about your products because, I had a chance to sample a couple of them. And the first one that comes to mind, because you mentioned constipation.
Mm-hmm.
So talk about this product here. Now, what's the name of this product?
So we called that product Little Shits. And it actually came about as a joke because we had a good friend that was kind of involved in the process of testing it. And he was like, yeah, that's what my mom used to call us growing up. And so it became the unofficial name of the product because we really designed it to start with kids. And so I had this kind of challenge of like, how do I create a product that my kids will take? Because, we're all familiar with psyllium husk fiber and things like that. We've tried that and our kids are just like, this is terrible. I don't want to drink it. You can't convince me to do it. And we try all kinds of things, mixing it in juice, sneaking it into their oatmeal, whatever it is. And they just get to a point where they're like, I don't want to drink this anymore. And so we wanted to make something that would be, palatable to them, something that tasted really good, that mixed easily in water, that I could say, hey, this is juice, and they would drink it. And that's kind of how we came about to this Little Shits product.
And it comes in different flavors, right? Because
that's correct.
Blueberry, and like you said, it tastes good, and it's basically used like a laxative, correct?
Yes. Yeah. So it functions a little bit like a laxative. So it's the blend that we use, the fiber and the magnesium together. Magnesium has historically been used even by the medical community as a constipation treatment. Right. And then, of course, dietary fiber is also well known for being a good bowel movement stimulator. And we figured if we take the two of those ingredients, we put them in at the proper dosages, then they're actually going to have a synergistic effect. Right. And so soluble fiber is unique in that it will create like a gel right inside of your gut lining. So that will help to kind of pull waste away from the wall of the gut lining. And then in order to get that waste to have enough bulk to want to eventually stimulate a bowel movement, we have this magnesium blend in there that's going to allow your body to absorb water through the lining of the gut and actually, bulk up that stool and eventually move it through.
Yeah, I like that. And again, like I shared with you before we start the interview, I don't normally promote other people's products because, I want to make sure they're scientifically proven, they're safe, effective. And I tried this myself, and I must say it does work, it does move you, and safely, which is great. So, but it's all natural ingredients too, magnesium, and that's so important because some of the other products are not natural. You want to make sure you don't want to. Some of these laxatives basically also takes away the water, the fluid from your body. And you don't want that. You need fluids throughout your body at all times. And you're trying to tell people to stay hydrated, which brings me to my next question here. The one-shot water amplifier. I haven't tried this. Talk about this.
Okay, that actually is my personal favorite, that one you're holding, the key lime. I love that flavor. I don't know what it is about the lime flavoring that just makes it so refreshing, but man, talk about a way to perk up your day.
Okay.
But, yeah, so that came about actually. So I have my best friend growing up has always actively avoided drinking water. And he was kind of, in my mind, the inspiration for this particular product. I wanted something that tasted really good, but that would address a lot of the issues that I saw him dealing with on a regular basis. I wanted to make sure there was a fiber dose in there so that he was getting a little bit of a fiber boost to help move, waste out of his body. I wanted to make sure that there was a, immunity booster in there because he got sick a lot when we were growing up, and that always made me sad. And I also wanted to make sure that there was a good electrolyte balance in there because as you exercise and do things, even just breathing throughout the day, you're going to lose, some of those electrolytes, through your breath. And we wanted to make sure that we're putting a reasonable dose in there. A lot of other competing products in that space, they tend to put in a lot, and it's more geared toward athletes. So where you're talking, a lot more sodium, a lot more magnesium, a lot more potassium, and where this would be useful to an athlete, but it isn't designed to help replenish, a massive sodium loss after you've run like an ultra marathon, for instance. This is really much more for the person that's, they're doing their 30, 45 minutes 3 times a week. They're going to the gym to do that kind of stuff. They're going to work, they're playing with their kids, that kind of a thing. That's the electrolyte balance we struck with this one.
Ah, okay. That's a good point. Now, what would you say differentiates your products though from the other products like this on the market?
That's a great question. I mean, obviously the first most immediate benefit people are going to notice when they use our products is the flavor, right? We made these products taste absolutely fantastic. And we did that on purpose because we wanted them to mix it with water, right? I mean, we could have done an unflavored version of this, but then we were afraid people are just going to throw this into their soda. They're going to throw it into their coffee. They're going to put it in their juice, and they're not going to get the hydration that they really need. And so that's why we decided to flavor it and sweeten it on our own and put it into these really convenient stick packs that people can take with them everywhere, and they can use them whenever they need them. And so that's what makes this product really unique in that sense, is that portability, right? And the flavoring is the first thing people will notice. But the second thing is that we do a lot more in that product than other companies will do. So you'll see competitors, they'll have, we have a hydration product that does immunity also, but we also have a hydration product that does like a cognitive boost. We have a brain product that does, or a hydration product that does like a little brain health boost, or whatever it is they're going to be doing. And it's kind of split across 4 or 5 different versions. We thought, these are things that everybody needs. Why not just combine them into a single product that tastes amazing, that mixes easily with water, and that people can drink on a daily basis? And that's what brought that one-shot water amplifier into existence.
I like it. And again, I like the fact that all your products, you mix it with water. I mean, I can't tell you how good that is for most people. It forces you to drink more water, first of all, But let's talk about this, which I tried last couple of days prior to going to the gym. Ganbaru Energy. Talk about this. I think this is a very interesting product. I like it.
Oh, no, I'm so glad to hear you say that. I love this product. This was our flagship formula that we started working with. And Ganbaru Energy kind of came about from this question of, I had used pre-workout supplements for years. And so I knew kind of what they felt like. They all got a lot of caffeine. They're typically laden with sugar. There's, you've got maybe, underdosed things like L-citrulline, or maybe you're dealing with, some creatine, but it's not really designed to improve, the efficacy of your workout. It's really more designed from the standpoint of, hey, we can slap this product and these ingredients on the label and sell this for a profit. And I didn't really want to do that when we developed this product. It was really, how can I improve my own natural energy? How can I make my body feel good again, like I did, when I was younger? And that's how we got into, Ganbaru Energy. Ganbaru is a Japanese word, and it means to get through tough times. We thought that was very fitting for this product, because that's when you're going to take it, right? I mean, you've got long days at work, you've got long days with kids, you've got tough workouts, and doing all of those things, especially all 3 of them in one day, can be very taxing and exhausting on your body. And you kind of pull at those energy reserves until there's nothing left. You start to experience stress, anxiety, irritability, that kind of stuff. And we felt like if we can elevate people's natural energy production and help them start to feel better on their own without the introduction of stimulants, then they're going to start to naturally do the things that are better for them, because they've already kind of shown an inclination to want to do that. We're trying to get to the gym, trying to spend time with my kids, trying to do a great job at work, but I just feel like I'm bumping up against this wall, so I medicate with caffeine laden energy drinks or coffee or something like that. And this product came about as an answer to people who are begging for a non-stimulant version of something like that.
Yeah, I like it. And you mentioned no sugar.
That's correct.
Right?
Yeah,
go ahead.
No, good. Sorry. We use a sucralose to sweeten all of these products. And the reason we did that is that we felt like, sugar is just bad for you all around. We get plenty of it in our average American diet anyway. There's really no reason to include it. But we did kind of want to take advantage of the fact that people tend to overconsume things that taste really good to them. Right. And so we wanted to make these products taste really good, because now we're kind of utilizing that same pathway in the brain to trick them into getting better water, putting supplements into their body that are actually going to enhance and improve their health and get them to do it on a daily basis.
I love it. Everything about it so far really, really sounds good. How often should someone use your products?
So we recommend daily. So any one of these products can be used daily. In fact, if you were, for instance, to use all 3 of them daily, you're taking somebody who was drinking probably, 2 or 3 cans of soda, 4 cans of soda, or some kind of an energy drink or something like that a day. And now they're replacing that with, roughly 80 ounces of water.
Oh, really? Imagine what that could do for you, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what we were thinking.
It could move mountains.
I believe that. I really believe it will. And people, when their brain rehydrates, they're going to feel amazing.
And this is a very competitive market, though, that you're in, the
Mhm.
supplement brands, right? And how do you feel about your chances of competing against the big boys? There's some big guys, some big players in this market here, correct?
Yes, absolutely. And I feel really good about our chances, competing in this space. We have a really great team working with us to make this happen. We set ourselves up with some very strategic competitive advantages from the very beginning of the product development cycle. So we're going to be able to take advantage of those as we move forward. And more importantly than all of those things combined, I think, is that our products really work for people. The dosages are there, the clinical studies are there, the effects, we're getting phenomenal reviews from people that have test driven the products for us. And it's the effect that people are going to notice. And that's what's going to make us different in this space and why I think we can absolutely compete.
Is the Ganbaru Energy, is it comparable to creatine?
To some degree, I would say yes, except that, creatine's, mechanism function inside of the body is to actually hold on to water. So you get that kind of pump look.
Right.
And while this product, if you're going to use it as a pre-workout, you will get a pump. The pump actually comes from an increased vasodilation, increased nitric oxide, increased blood flow. So your cells in your body are actually expanding to allow for more liquid, more fluid, better delivery of nutrients, better removal of waste. And that's what's giving you the pump effect in this product. It's not going to be the kind of skin stretching look that I think a lot of bodybuilders might be after, but for the average person that wants to go to the gym and feel good and just feel like, man, that was a great workout, I feel amazing, I feel loose, I feel strong, this is definitely going to do that for you.
Yeah, that sounds good, because I know with creatine you're cycling, right?
Yes.
And this is something that you don't have to worry about cycling off of, correct?
That's correct. Yeah, we actually designed it. The product actually becomes more effective the more often you take it. So if you'll go 30 days straight on this product, you're going to notice a substantial difference on day 30, even over what you experienced on day 2.
Really? Really? I mean, have you had people who use your product for, 6 months?
Yes. Yeah. In fact, actually, I'm one of them. So,
good.
Yeah.
So you're not just the president, you're a client.
Absolutely. Yeah. In fact, I was our first customer. There's no question about that. I designed these products with an intention of using them myself. So.
There you go. Very, very, very good. Now, what about the pricing? I mean, compared to your competitors, where would you put yourselves in regards to pricing?
We're going to probably be more expensive than other products in the same space. I use that phrasing because it's very difficult to find a product that competes with us in terms of the benefit that we're giving people. You're not going to find a product that has the same stack of ingredients in there. It's simply because it's very expensive to use these ingredients. And I knew that going into this, and I kind of was unrepentant almost about that fact, because if it needs to be in there, it needs to be in there. There really is no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Like, we need to have that benefit, and it's going to be there. And sometimes that makes the product a little bit more expensive, but what you're getting in exchange for it, I feel like, is absolutely worthwhile.
Yeah, the proof is in the pudding, as they say,
Yes.
Exactly. All right. So do you have any other products besides the ones you have here that you ship to me, or do you have any plans for additional products down in the pipeline?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I'm a total nerd when it comes to supplements. So we've got 4 or 5 other products that we're currently working on. The one I'm the most excited about right now is we are in the process of formulating a kind of a cognitive brain fog reducing product. So to help impact people's mind, I guess what I'm looking for, mental clarity is what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for.
All right. Mental stimulus, huh?
Yeah, exactly. So it is going to be a little more stimulant inspired on that one. We are going to be using a caffeine in that, but we're using a very small dose, so people aren't going to get the side effects of having too much caffeine in their system. And when we get through testing that product, I think people are going to be really happy with that one.
Wow, it sounds really good. It sounds like you are really on the cutting edge of where you're going to be. Like, you really believe in what you're doing, and I guess would you say you were a nerd in school? A nerd because of the fact that you were always interested in how things worked and making things, ingredients and stuff like that?
Yes, most definitely. Yes, I was definitely the nerd in my friend group. No question about it.
Really? Where do you see your company Mixups in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, I see us definitely growing into a competitor. You mentioned the big boys. I see us becoming one of them. Because we really do have a spectacular line of products, and I see us really blessing a lot of people's lives with them.
Yeah, I believe you. I know it's no easy task, but you have the energy, you have the products, right?
Mhm.
And you have the team. So there's no stopping you, correct?
That's correct. Yeah, we're coming through.
Excellent, excellent. Is there anything else you want to share with my audience about Mixups?
Yeah, and if you guys have any questions about the products or any more interest in what we're doing next or where we're going with all of our development and other things, you can find everything you want to know on our website at mixups.com. All of our social media is linked there. If you're more comfortable on social media, you can find us at Mixups everywhere except for Instagram, where we are at Mixups Official.
Okay, you're there.
Mhm.
Perfect, perfect,
Yeah.
perfect. This has been great. I mean, I can't wait to share with my audience. I know you guys also were gracious enough to give me a promo code of Vincent20,
Mhm.
which I'll share with my audience, And
Yes.
I just think that what you're doing is gonna, I guess how you would say, is going to make a serious impact in the lives of people, especially because you're saying that these products are not just for like bodybuilders and
Mhm.
it's not for the 10%, or it's for the majority of people who need a little boost to kind of get them going. And I know this is Self-Care Awareness Month. And so when it comes to immunity, improving gut health, all these things you talk about that your products are doing is so important, And I applaud you for doing that. How big is your team?
Thank you. So right now we have a team of about 6 people that are making this happen.
Wow, amazing, amazing, man. And they're all committed to seeing you guys grow and succeed.
That's correct.
This is excellent. So Michael Roller, man, on behalf of my organization, Body Scope of New York, that's my nonprofit, and my company, 6 Weeks of Fitness, I truly want to thank you for coming on the show today.
Thank you, Miss. I appreciate being here. It's been a pleasure to be here. I'm super excited to provide that code to your customers. Just as a random little side note on that, that code is good for 20% off, their order. So that will help, lower the cost of them getting into the products.
Oh, most definitely. And that's why I definitely want to share for those who are interested and like what they're hearing and seeing today, so they can go and order and try it for themselves. I always tell my clients, I say, look, you got to try it for yourself. If it resonates with you, then you try it, If it works for you, fine. And I don't normally promote other, products on my podcast, but this product I feel comfortable in doing because I like it. I'm using it myself. And I'm going to continue using it and to see where I'm at in the next, 6 weeks, of my program. So, and I'm definitely going to recommend it as well.
Thank you. Okay. I appreciate that.
So with that being said, to my listeners, my audience, I truly hope this program was informative, encouraging, and inspiring, that you will continue tuning in to my 6 Weeks of Fitness podcast. And if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions for the show, please don't forget to put it in my email and subscribe to my podcast so you don't miss any future episodes. And remember, we don't stop exercising because we grow old. We grow old because we stop exercising. Right, Mike?
Absolutely.